certain people stay and certain people, how does it work? Or maybe it will just be anything, Olam Kimin Agan Noyeg. Hashem just wants things to go further, and everyone's going to have enough parnasa, and life is going to look just like it looks now, and Hashem's just going to wait for everyone chooses whatever they want to choose. It says from there, it's going to be a view. So I don't know what it's going to be. I know that we were mischayev to be for another year in America. It's not clear that we're going to stay for long term. So the next years, I don't know any other way of clarifying this other than just to go through it. So that's the Gabi us. But I did want to mention that what I see over here, the Maila of all the graduates, is what's called trajectory, which means what direction you're going in. And unfortunately, what I experienced in Chutz La'aretz is that maybe this was something known before, but I experienced it, and is that people have little enthusiasm for the Yiddishkeit, not enough enthusiasm. And why is that important? Because then you can't really give it over to the kids. You could give over all the Torahs, but without the enthusiasm. So, whether there is a yeshiva for, English-speaking Baalei Tshuva, will give them a little bit of Chassidus or not. But the bottom line is, what Chassidus does is it trains you also how to give over the Yiddishkeit in an exciting form, in some sort of enthusiastic way, and there's no question that makes a difference, like the kids. So, Baruch Hashem, I have tremendous nachas that now many of you are holding quite a few years after getting married, and you see the kids are ready. I heard news from some of you that either your kid is the best in the class, or one of the best in the class.
They're still the best at being the worst.
Shmuel, you're right. Shmuel, no. He's the best at who he is.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
He's
the best at who he is.
We all love him, that's for sure.
That's very mechazik, because it looks like what's taking place now is Hashem wants everyone to carry out wherever they're going towards. That should all play out. That should all be seen. And Baruch Hashem, the way that you're moving, and will continue to move, Sai, in terms of your desire for Torah and Avodas Hashem, each one of you, and Sai of your desire for Shalom Bayis as a priority, and the children as a priority, each one of you. So it's not going to be Avodas Hashem, the general issue, which is unfortunately kids feel, etc. To put that as a priority, and just in general, I think your enthusiasm for yourselves, which was a big part of the message at Lev Yisrael, that each person needs to be themselves and not lose yourself in the middle of everything that's going on, even though a lot of the established derech gives over that message directly or indirectly, that you may not be as important as really you are. But that's at the bottom line, I think, So what happened? I'll just tell you the end of the story.
Thank you so much.
I went a different way. I couldn't go through Ganei Geula that way, so I went around. I went a different way. The different way that I went brought me to go buy them on the other side. I didn't realize.
Really, the other side?
To go buy them on the other side. So now I couldn't go buy them because what is it? Just walk by and that's it? Just leave them there? And then I saw, a few Hasidic women coming out. It's 12:30 today in Ganei Geula. Hasidic women coming out, and they just, walk by. A little kid, comes out, and I said, "What's going on? In the middle of, how they gonna learn?" So then I didn't know whether I should go over. I should say something. I shouldn't say something. I said, "What are you doing? You're gonna meet tonight with all these guys, and you're a fake. You can't even go over and say something to these people." So I said, "Well, what should I do? Maybe in the olden days they would go over to the kid and slap him in the face.
That worked. That would work. Yeah.
No, I'll scare it.
In those days, it worked.
Yeah.
It did.
What should I do? So I was thinking maybe that, but
not our generation.
That's not mine. And then afterwards,
just get arrested.
So finally I worked up there, but I have to say something positive. I'm not going to go. But I don't know if then I'm trying to think what are the causes. He probably feels so terrible about himself. She feels so terrible and so broken. I'm trying to think, well, how can I help him? Anyway, so finally I did go over. So he was on the phone. Yeah. What do you want? Like someone's actually talking to him. I said, Shalom. Atem mitchatnim? I said, Lama. I said,
They weren't Americans?
The kids, I went out today. So, no. Anyway, so then, you know, I saw that they were, you know, appropriately dressed for whatever they were playing to be, and the bottom line was that there was really no interest. And I figured, you know, that's what it is, that at the bottom of everything, I said, אולי אתם משפחות חרדים, והם לא נותנים לכם לשוט, you know, להתחתן כל כך צעיר, אני עם רבני האזור, אולי אני אוכל לדבר איתם. You know, they should give you permission. So he said, no, that's not a problem. No, thank you very much. He said, there are a lot of things to do. We don't need help. Thank you. I said, are you from Mishpacha Charedim? And she started saying, no, Mom, Mishpacha. So, I don't know what that means. But at least, what I mean to say, what I felt was, why did I tell you the end of the story? Because I think that at the core of all this, and I've seen it already a number of times, is how bad people feel about themselves. That these people can come to such a place where they feel so terrible about themselves that they really don't care. They really don't care, and nothing makes a difference. And that, of course, is the worst Yitzhar, as we always spoke about, you know, and never evolved. And that the worst thing is people feel so low about themselves, and that brings to all the terrible things. So, the way to be misakin it, it's limited what we can do for others, and that's my whole question. How much can we do for others? Because things seem to be more strengthening in the way that they were. But you know, at least you could be there for other people. So if you could be there for others in such a way where you yourself feel chashiv, where you yourself feel yourself, that you could be yourself, and you can. You know, if you used to play music, you can't play music, or if you used to play ball, you can't play ball. I used to, you know, I don't know if I was able to before I left a year and a half ago, but now I saw that Shruly needed to play a little soccer. I took him out to one of the buildings and we took a ball and they were playing. So someone from Belgium actually saw me. So I went and apologized to him. The next day, I saw him in shul. So I said, you know, I noticed you came out. I was playing ball with my sons. You should know, he just needed really to feel good about himself. I had to. You're telling me I'm a Muhammad. I know this. It's not even a problem. So a lot of times, what we think is a problem is not even a problem for the other people. They're able to be mischazik, to be able to be yourselves, be able to bring it all together and know that really, you know, I had a couple of masim where people came this year and they made statements that, you know, the Bali Tshuva, that the Bali Tshuva are all the way up there. We, not really, you know, the Bali Tshuva, you know, they're the one. I'm sure that's exactly the way each one of you felt about that when you were in yeshiva. But that's what's happening. And the world is, because what Hashem wants, the sincerity is going to surface. It's going to surface at the end of the day. And your lifestyle, if you have priority, Torah, and Shalom Bayis, and yourselves, then that's what's going to remain. So Hashem should help, should be able to be machazik one another, and should be able to continue in good ways, to be mechazik ourselves, to be mechazik our family, to be mechazik our children, whether we need shidduchim, to be zocher to
Amen.
And we should be zocher Be'ez Hashem to celebrate many, many simchas together and continue to see the Yeshuas and Sheisov in heaven.
Amen. Ay, 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 ay.